the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now Mahomes. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Shaquille Griffin with a pen.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll try to get back to the pylon, but he won't get there. He's out of bounds, and that is going to be a safety. So give 2 points to the defense. They were in hot pursuit there, and in the end, they force him out of bounds.
You just wondered how he was going to get out of this one, Brandon. We saw him painting himself into a corner, and finally has nowhere to go but out the side of the end zone.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing now is Mahomes.
That is incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Mahomes now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Now here's Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. Taking it right down Broadway. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Mahomes going to throw. He'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. On the move past the 40. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 43. He'll drop to throw. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They go play fake. Mahomes dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down about the 2-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Pacheco is in. Touchdown, Chiefs.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe the sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Mahomes will throw for it. And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful, and it pushes the lead up to a field goal. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
To the air with McCarthy. Going back to the same well, it's Hawkinson again.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. As
as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
2nd down and 8. Jefferson going to go in motion right. Looking to throw McCarthy. Quick throw there is incomplete.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Sliding out of the pocket. And this one is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Jefferson going to go in motion right. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
They'll roll him out right.
Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Chiefs will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Setting up the screen to P-Ryan.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes over the middle complete. It's Hopkins. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
That ball caught. It's Rice.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now it's Mahomes again. And the catch made by Hopkins. Now he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7.
Back to throw again. He finds P-Ryan out of the backfield. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Trying for it with P-Ryan.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. To throw, it's Mahomes. Touchdown! Samaje P-Ryan from a yard out.
And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jefferson going to go in motion right. Third down from the gun, McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
McCarthy going to throw again.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Slot man moves right.
Now McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. Jefferson going to go in motion right.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Sticking with the pass, here's McCarthy.
Out to his left. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Here's McCarthy.
Steps away. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Chiefs are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Again, it's Pacheco.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
A give right side for Pacheco.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
The offense on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Pacheco headed right. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the